And welcome back to the Boston College Dynasty here on YouTube. I am Vita Productions, and today we are going to take a look at the updated for the recruiting board and how it looks like. And I told you already before the end of the first video that there's going to be some changes being made, and were there changes being made to the recruiting board. And before we get started looking into everything, I just want to let you guys know to please hit that like, comment, and subscribe if you are new to this channel. And without further ado, here we go. And we start off with the quarterback positions. We got Tyrese Ream, who's part of the original recruiting board. He is actually #1 with us right now. We don't have any opportunity to get him to visit yet because he has not narrowed it to his top 5 yet. Same with Rob Graves, who are leading this as well as Dennis Cash, though he is in our top 5. We are #1, and we do have a week 7 visit, and that will be against Clemson. We are in second place for halfback Justice Duhan, the halfback out of Needham, Massachusetts. We are #2. The problem is that we're in a battle with UConn, and he was set to visit UConn before he's set to visit us by a week. So we got to keep an eye on that one. We got wide receiver Cornell Sexton, the 4-star wide receiver out of Massachusetts. He ended up turning out to be a gem, and we are currently in the lead for him, but West Virginia is on our tails. And now we have Jason Corbin, a 3-star left tackle out of Ohio. We are not on his top 10 right now, but we are making a pitch for him. Same thing with Marvin Stoke, who is also on our left tackle. We are actually #1 for him from Irvington, New Jersey, the 3-star left tackle. First place for him. He is a bust right now, but as of right now, there's not many players who are in their position that are interested in us right now, so that is the reason why we are still keeping them on our recruiting board. We now head down to the right tackles. We did have to take one off, but Carl Church is still from our original recruiting board. We have an offer for him where he is on top. We are on top of his list right now by a wide margin over Arkansas State and Rutgers. Chad McGregor is the first name that we can name on our list, and no, that's not it. Yeah, Chad McGregor, and that is because we actually had 2 right tackles in his spot that ended up they ended up locking us out. So now we added him, and we are #1 on his board, but we do have competition with the Navy. And now we head to the guard position, left guard. We still got Kai Flavors on our original recruiting board. We are leading him. And then we have Andre Ajabo, who is also on our original recruiting board. We are in second place behind Buffalo. However, he is set to visit us in our first game coming up on the next stream, or in the next video, I should say, against California. So he is set to visit us. In the right guard position, we have Pierre Terrell, the 4-star right guard out of Syracuse, New York. We're not on his top 10 list right now. However, we're still trying to push for him. And on the defensive tackle, we have DeMarcus Waller. We are #2 on his list behind Boise State in competition to try to get the 4-star defensive tackle from Fairfield, Ohio. And then we have Benjamin Bryant, a defensive tackle as well. He is a 3-star defensive tackle from Cleveland. We're not on his top 10 right now, but we're still trying to make a push for him. And one of the deal breakers is he's in a prestige conference. We're the only school, though, to offer him out of this list, so we're hoping that things will change with him. And then we go to the outside linebacker, which we had a lot to replace. So we have Harvey Rawlings, who we had to replace Zaire Cook with. He is a 4-star He's a 4-star outside linebacker, or they call it Will. And we are number 1 on his list, but we do have competition from Georgia Tech, NC State, and Tennessee. Though it looks like Georgia Tech fell down. NC State is now up to number 3. Tennessee falls to number 4. We're not even worried about Auburn, South Carolina, Georgia, or Florida State there. Joaquin Marrero, another WILL outside linebacker. I believe he has been on our... No, actually, we had to add him after another couple of players that have actually dropped or locked us out. So he was basically a last-minute, a recent add-on. But the 3-star outside linebacker from Long Beach, California, we are number 1 on his list. Texas is 2, Oregon 3, LSU 4, Duke 5, USC 6, UNLV 7, and randomly UConn is number 8. However, I don't think as of right now that he is any threat to... that any of those schools are a threat to jump us in this standing, so that's good there. We've got to keep pushing him. Manny Isaacs, we are number 2 on his list, behind Wisconsin for the 3-star outside linebacker from Toledo, Ohio. And Wisconsin right now has a good grip, and both of us have offered. However, nobody has scheduled a visit yet, so that's somewhat good news there. We have Sean Obi, who actually was another one that we had to, another replacement that actually started after the week 1 scouting. So we ended up getting a 4-star outside linebacker from Harrisburg, PA. We are number 6 on his list. And unfortunately, every school that you see on here has made an offer for him. So, as I said, we got to figure out a way to win. But you know what? We could offer him some playing time. That is a deal breaker. And that is an A+. He only needs a C+. So, and then we have Earl Crouch. Earl Crouch, another one that we had to replace early on in the recruiting battle. We are number 1 for the 3-star outside linebacker from Chicago. So we are number 1, and we're the only one to have offered too. And we have conference prestige as his deal breaker, and we got Duke right behind him, or behind him. I say not right behind him. Taj Dubois, our final of the outside linebacker position. You see him as a Sam. And he, I believe, was actually on our original... He was actually one of our few original recruiting board prospects that are still on this list. We are number 1. We offered him. We offered a 3-star outside linebacker from Cincinnati. But Toledo, University of Ohio, Bowling Green, Miami of Ohio, Buffalo, a lot of those schools in the MACtion, as well as 2 Big Ten schools in Ohio State and Purdue. I don't think those 2 are a threat to jump us, but I think Toledo and the University of Ohio and Bowling Green definitely can give us some competition, even Miami of Ohio and Buffalo as well. But as I said, we do have, I think, a sizable advantage, but it's not a foregone conclusion. Proximity to home is definitely a deal breaker for him, and some of those schools down below, numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5, are in the state of Ohio, so we got to keep an eye on that. Now we head to the middle linebackers with Caesar Smoot, who we had to add early on in the recruiting process because our original Stephen Casey actually locked us out after week 1 scouting. So we ended up adding the 3-star middle linebacker from La Jolla, California. And we are number 1, and we're the only school that have offered him to this point. Nick Ream, the 3-star cornerback from Cheshire, Connecticut. We are leading him by a sizable advantage, and we're the only ones that have actually offered him to this point. We got Jeremy Pope, our only 5-star recruit on here to this point. He is on our currently in second place, but we are in a dogfight with Pitt right now. I mean, everybody on this list from Pitt, us, State, West Virginia, Michigan, they have all offered. Only Penn State, and I have a feeling he's going to lock them out pretty soon. Then we have 4-star cornerback Joel Boyko, another player that was on our original recruiting board, still on there. We are in 4th place. We haven't moved up yet, but he is going to be visiting us for this Week 5 game against Cal. So I'm hoping that if we pull something good, I mean, he does have a Week 7 visit to LSU, and he is close to committing to them. But right now, I'm still holding out hope that maybe a win against Cal will help us onto a good winning streak in the next video. That maybe he could pull us up, and maybe we could try to land him still. And then we have strong safety Matt McClellan. He is set to visit us for the Cal game. I think it's almost all but official that he is going to be joining Boston College. Unless something really happens, I don't see any of the schools down below catching him or passing us up for him. And then we also have Greg Hundley, another 1-star strong safety from Bridgeport, Connecticut. He has us in the lead. Georgia Southern, UTSA, Georgia State, UConn. Doesn't look like there's any competition there. He's looking for conference prestige. He's actually not even looking for conference prestige for deal breaker. Needs an F. We have an A. And then lastly, we have a 2-star kicker in Luis Gomes from Oakdale, Connecticut. And there's not really much competition right now for that spot. And just a reminder that the next 3 games that we'll be playing will be a home game against Cal. Then we are at Pitt, followed by a home game against Clemson. Those will be 3 games, all in the ACC play. And by the end of this next video, we will be halfway through season number 1. Could Boston College get a couple of wins and keep their season alive? Keep any hope for them to play at least in a bowl game for season number 1, because they have not looked good at all the first few games. Even in their win against Fordham, they struggled a lot in that game. And that's going to do it for this video. Again, as I said, we will start off in 3 games. A home game against Cal, then at Pitt, and then home against Clemson. Can Coach Dubman, once again, as I said, get this team on track? We will see, and hopefully some of those recruits will come to us in the next recruiting video after these 3 games. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get notifications, as well as share this video out to get the algorithm coming up. And as you can see towards the end of this video, you'll see a video that you algorithmically have not seen yet, most likely, and that would also include my maximum football games, which usually I'll do 1 game a week. That comes out Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday, we will have a restaurant battle of the gimmick teams between McDonald's and Burger King. Again, the first game that I'm actually going to be commentating on for that. So you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out, Pisons, and stay safe out there.